Hello everyone, I'm back today to do a check-in for my sheet mask project pan. I'm a little bit late in the month, but it is what it is. Is this another month where I'm going backwards rather than forwards? I think it might be. I don't know what to do. Anyway, it is what it is. So I did use quite a lot of, no, it's not that much. Since my last check-in, I think there was like a week or two where I really didn't use, I think I used one sheet mask and then I've used the rest of these since then. So I'm getting back in the momentum, but I'm hoping that I don't do the same thing where I'm just like, I've done a check-in, I don't have to worry about masks anymore. And then it comes to like the end of the month and I'm like, oh crap, I've got to start using them. Anyway, so the reason why I've gone a bit backwards is because I went through some Pixie PR in one of my last videos. So I did have a sheet mask that I got in PR. So this is the vitamin C sheet mask. So I did use this. My notes on this was that it's a pretty typical sheet mask, but it was very thin. So the little like sheet mask part, it was very thin, so it felt very comfortable and stuck to the face really well. The bag contained so much liquid. I'm not kidding you. When I pulled out the mask, I thought there was another mask in the bottom because there was so much weight when it came to the liquid. So I could actually pour this out and use it like on my chest and my arms, and it spread really fast. So this you'll get like almost like a body's worth of serum in the bag, but it's very nice. I used it in the morning, so it looked sort of like, I don't know, fresh and awake and whatever. So that was nice. Along with that video where I opened up a bunch of PR that I'd stockpiled from Pixie, I did also have this pack of eye masks. Now this is 30 pairs of eye masks. I have to say, I really like this packaging. So normally an eye mask will come in a thing like this, where it's a one use sort of, you get two masks in it and then you throw it out, and there's usually a little plastic tray and there's packaging, and it feels like a bit of a waste, especially if you use them fairly regularly. This one contains 30, which is great. So you get this scooper in the lid and you literally just pick them up and you use, like you put them on like that. I think it's so handy. You just get this little chunk that's in this gel. I think it's such a good way if you're going to use eye masks regularly. So if you find you've got like puffy eyes and whatnot, and then you can recycle this container. I think it's just such a good method. So if I'm going to keep up with eye masks, which they're my favorite masks to wear, surprisingly, I find that sometimes in the morning when I'm brushing my teeth, I might have just washed my face, I'm doing my hair, I sometimes find that just putting like an eye mask on just helps like make you feel a little bit more awake, and especially these sort of jelly ones, they feel nice and cooling. So it's probably the mask that I'm going to incorporate into my lifestyle the most, and this format is what I'm going to be after because it's the best format in my opinion. Anyway, so I've added 30 pairs to this total, which is 31 plus the sheet mask, which is why I'm going backwards rather than forwards. But I have to say I've at least used 8 of these that I counted, maybe more, because I've been using these fairly regularly and I've had them out. So instead of going for the single sheet ones, which I should start doing just to get use out of them, I've just been using these because I just prefer this method. So, but this is why I'm going backwards rather than making progress, but I'm okay with that. The sheet mask I used very recently was the Olay Magnum Masks Infusion. This is a hydrating sheet mask. I actually have a few of these. I must have got this in a pack of 5 because I got 4 other ones. These are very heavy and they feel very dense, and I figured out why. This is not like a sheet mask where you have it floating in very runny serum, which every other sheet mask has been like. It's either that sort of papery or cloth-like material in a liquid, or it's a gel mask in a liquid. This is a moisturizer. This product was sitting in a moisturizer. Now, it made for a very interesting mask because it really stuck to your face, almost like plastered to your face, and it felt quite nice, and it just stayed on for a long time. So I quite liked this. I think this moisturizer sheet mask thing, there's something to it. I didn't like how they didn't cut the eye flaps out of this all the way, but I thought this was interesting. And also I had a bit of excess that I squeezed out and I put all over my chest. So I don't mind this one. This Olay one is not a bad one. So I've got a few more of those, which I'm okay with because I'll use them. I also use this Go-To Skincare. This is an Australian brand. This mask will make me look as though I know what sleep is. Firstly, it didn't. And also it looked weird because it was yellow. Now I was having a look when I opened up, I'm like, that is not right. But it is a vitamin C sheet mask, and I think the vitamin C must have just like oxidized or done something and turned yellow, which wasn't the most pleasant, but it was fine. Like I wore it, it was fine. It just looked a bit unappealing, so that's okay. I probably wouldn't repurchase that. I really love these Neogen ones. I've used them before. I don't have any more, but I would probably repurchase more of these. So these are the Pink Cactus knit masks. Now, what did I say? I said it's a powerhouse of a mask. There we go. I was very impressed in my notes, apparently. It's super drenched with like a gel, but not a drippy gel. So not that really liquidy gel. It was sort of like a more sort of jelly gel. The mask was very soft and very thick. This one, it was like you're putting a really luxury mask on. It really sort of molded with your face. It stuck on really nicely, and it just felt like, I don't know, it felt really high end. It was a really cool experience. This also had a neck flap. So that was the only thing that was sort of getting a little bit like coming off. So I was wearing this while I was doing housework and stuff. That was the only thing that was sort of starting to like come loose. But the neck flap is a really cool idea because you do also want to look after your neck skin, and this was the only one so far that's done it. Now, this was so wet that when I used it up, I was wearing it for like 20 minutes. It was so drenched with product that I thought I could just then put it on my chest and like double use it, which I did. So I used this on my chest area, just to sort of get some benefit there as well. I also said in my notes that it left a lot of serum on my skin that dried down to a nice sort of like hyaluronic acid sort of, it felt like there's a bit of a layer on your skin. So you could really feel the skincare sort of benefits probably throughout the day. So this was definitely a great mask. One of my favorites. I'd totally repurchase these. Neogen knit masks are great. All right, the last two came in a duo pack, and essentially these are like Attack on Titan themed. I think this particular brand, which I don't even know what the brand's called, I will have what is written on the packet in the description box if you want to check it out. But I think they came out with different like anime properties and different sort of masks over the last few years. But these ones looked like that, and they were very strange. And I mainly put these on when my kids weren't in the house because I thought it might scare my baby. I think you'd be fine with it, but it'd make me take it off, essentially. These weren't the greatest masks. The material felt a little bit scratchy, and they did sort of fall off quite easily. So these are more of a gimmick than what I would call an effective mask. But, you know, if you find that fun, then okay. Now, I didn't count how many, like, pimple patches I've used, but I used the majority of this pack, and I've concluded, even though I've got like 2 left, I don't like them. I don't actually think that these are very effective. Whenever I put them on, I actually feel like it traps the moisture where my breakout is and actually makes it a little bit like less inclined to then dry out. I think what's more effective for me is to get like a salicylic acid based spot treatment and put that on my spot. So I actually used probably a lot of these in the last month, and I just don't really like them. So this is the CosRx, I think it's called the Clear Fit Master Patch. There was 18 of them. I used quite a lot, but I'm just going to say bye, see you later. And then also I've got these Vice Reversa ones that I don't like as well. So I'm going to get rid of both of these. I did try to use them mostly up, and I just have not enjoyed them. So I think they're gonna go. All right, good news. And I don't know the exact numbers because I don't know how many pimple patches I used technically in the last check-in, or if I counted them, or what's going on. But essentially, if I've taken out 20 odd, even though I've added in 31 masks, taking out the 20-ish plus the usage of these plus the usage of these, it sort of balances out. Maybe I've used up a couple more off the total. So I'll have to put a total on the screen of where we're at in terms of how many masks left in this box and in this tub. What I mainly want to do over the next month that I sort of have been neglecting is I've got a lot of these sort of weird sort of heating 1-minute mud masks and stuff. I want to use a few of them, see if I like them. Do I need them? I also have these 3-step blackhead sort of removal things. I want to play around with the non-typical sheet masks and see if I want these. I don't really like mud masks. I find them annoying. But am I going to get any benefit out of these? And if not, I'm going to declutter them because they're just literally gathering dust. Like, I see the dust. So yeah, I feel like I've nailed the sheet mask and the eye mask routine. It's just these sort of bubble masks and mud masks and stuff that I really need to start figuring out where they live in my life, or if they live in the bin. All right, thank you so much for watching, and a big thank you to my members for supporting my channel. Mwah, you're much appreciated. Your names are on the screen, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.